go to Green Bay, though, where I will be tonight for Monday Night Raw.
Hell yeah.
Drama.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Drama. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler.
Yes,
There's
sir.
drama in Green Bay.
It is. We're talking about Chicago last week now.
Green Bay.
What do you know?
What do you got going on in Detroit? Well, they're making corn mazes in honor of their head coach.
Yeah.
Jared Goff got his deal done. Offense coordinator returning, defense coordinator returning, whole team basically back. What are they doing in Minnesota? They're going through it right now.
Yeah.
Chicago, they got a young group that is hopefully going to take it over. Green Bay was supposed to be the one. Okay, them in Detroit are going to go.
Sure.
Jordan Love figured out how to be an NFL quarterback, led the NFL and all these things. The Green Bay Packers won a playoff game. Holy shit! The Green Bay Packers were able to go from Favre to Rodgers to Love.
Right.
Guntz is a genius. Whenever people like me and others were calling him an idiot, this is word out of Green Bay. Jordan Love will not be practicing with the Green Bay Packers until his new deal is done. And his agent was the one that told Guntz that. His agent, David Mulugheta, who had the Deshaun Watson contract for $230 million guaranteed. You go through any position group, I think, in the NFL right now, Mulugheta has the biggest deal with the most guarantee. He's an absolute weapon at the negotiating table, and he is currently sitting across from Guntz and saying, you want Jordan Love, huh? He would love to play. You see how we're using all these clever things? But he would love to not see the field until you pay him what he is worth. Are you worried? Is it all over in Green Bay? Have we already pissed off Jordan Love? Wow. Is this another Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Green Bay Packer chemistry situation brewing already in Green Bay, Ty Schmidt?
No, I'm not worried at all.
Okay,
I think, drama, it's fun. We can do that because, granted, I said a couple things about Caleb Williams last week, who maybe he's not going to play all year. Obviously, he signs his deal almost immediately after that. He is going to play this year. But, no, Jordan Love's there. He's in team meetings. It was at the behest of David Mulugheta and his agency that, hey, don't practice until we get this thing done. If you look at what everyone's saying, it doesn't seem like there's panic. I think, hey, it's a good move. David Mulugheta is a businessman. Obviously, they're going to make sure the Packers want to get this done before, Tua gets a deal done, all that kind of stuff. So I would guess that within the coming days here, Jordan Love might miss a few of the unpadded practices.
Oh, no. That's chemistry.
Sure.
That's where you build chemistry, especially with that young receiving core.
He was there all offseason, though. So, he's already built that chemistry. He's kind of been with those guys. Very similar to Aaron Rodgers, only, Matt LaFleur didn't come out and say, it's unexcusable that he's not here. But that's
isn't a word.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. So, no, I'm not worried. I think we kind of all knew this was going to happen. And, again, this isn't like a hard and fast deadline, but, deadlines, they spring action. So now the Packers know, hey, okay, he's not gonna be practicing unless we get this done. I think they're kind of already in the process of trying to get it done, and now I think it's just a matter of days and kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's. I mean, we knew he was going to get a bunch of money. That's what David Mulugheta does, all right? He wasn't going to take some deal that was team friendly or, Love's been through a lot. He played unbelievable last year. A lot of people saying, hey, is it worth paying this guy for basically 1 year production? It is. That's kind of the league we're in. The Packers would be shit out of luck if they didn't have Jordan Love. So, no, I'm not worried. I don't think Packers fans are worried. It'll get done within the next few days. But it is, it's a fun little story that we can talk about and act like there's a bunch of drama in Green Bay.
A fun little story. We'll see how little, the I's that need to be dotted and the T's that need to be crossed are, because obviously you get to the goal line. Sometimes, there's some goal line stands that take place to make sure a deal doesn't get done. Mulugheta will get it done. Gutekunst will get it done. It'll all be hunky-dory.
I agree.
Now, granted, did they know that he was going to potentially hold out of practice if the deal wasn't done?
I would like to think so. I don't think, again.
Because when did that been a deadline? Because now you start thinking about when a deadline actually is. Okay, so deadline's here, deadline's there, deadline's this place. And I enjoy the fact that, yes, I am obviously making a mockery out of this and people making a big situation out of it, certainly, because the deal is going to get done, we assume. But boy, we blame a lot of people for the drama that happens in Green Bay. It seems like it kind of just gets brought on by you guys yourself. Don't you think that's kind of... We paid Kenny Clark this weekend. Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations to Kenny Clark.
He's well worth it, yeah.
Absolute dog, absolute beast. You need it to happen. So I'm like, okay, here we go. We're just knocking out deals. Maybe that's what's taking place. Maybe they're just getting it done. But, man, I hope this isn't just like,
Yeah, and I think they have learned from the past. Again... It's tough to just read body language and what a guy's saying, because obviously Gutekunst isn't going to go up there and make a huge deal out of this when right now it's really not a massive deal. But I think they understand, this is how it is. We have to get this done. we could make this a whole hell of a lot worse if we kind of drag it out and
dramatize.
Exactly.
And people have been able to get through drama. I mean, Jordan Love has been able to handle drama better than any human maybe I've ever seen.
Right.
So, like, him definitely being worthy of whatever the deal is. Green Bay Packers know they want to pay him. Let's just get it done so we don't have any,
I agree. Let's get it done.
And I'm not a Packers expert, obviously. I'd been a fan for a few years because Aaron Rodgers Tuesday took place. That whole thing happened. When Jordan Love got drafted, I completely wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
maybe you get somebody and win a Super Bowl the next year. I don't know who's wrong and who's not wrong. But drafting Jordan Love, I thought was a waste. Trading in to go draft Jordan Love seems like a waste, especially if we get to the NFC Championship. Gutekunst had to sit in the pocket as well.
For sure.
So, because there's doofuses like us very loudly saying, like, this guy's so dumb. And here he sits in, like, a beautiful spot. But it's like, come on.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. There is a tweet saying that LaFleur and Love walked to the practice field today together.
There we go.
Oh. He said, Wes Hod, Jordan Love not practicing, but was all smiles walking out with Coach Matt LaFleur. Welcome to Packers camp. Practice number 1. Your starting quarterback's not playing. Okay, so that's how you could spin it if you wanted to.
Right.
But in the other way, all fun. They're going to get it done. Just haven't been able to do it yet. They've had other shit they've had to take care of, D-Bud.
Like you said, we all think they're going to get it done probably by tomorrow, but it's just not how you want to be opening up training camp. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, it will be a little thing, I think. But, just even that visual, them walking out to practice, like, who's the backup? Sean Clifford?
Yeah, he was a great player, obviously.
So he'll be breaking.
Big red dog.
What offense. But they'll get it done. Like you said, he earned it. Where does that number lie? Is it going to be in that $55 million range? Will it be a little less? We'll see. Their books being put out. Obviously, the only team you're going to see their books. Did that make Mulugheta maybe come back to the table?
Hold on, man. They have 430-some million, these people. And they got all this real estate as well. Let's make sure we understand that this team has the fees and the funds, and they have to with the NFL CBA. They'll get it done.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we all agree it'll get done. But I think we're all like, hey, why don't we?
Yeah.
Jordan Love situation. We had Schefter on from a car in Pennsylvania because of flight delays. He thinks that a deal is going to get done, but has heard from both sides that maybe not. Is there a fear on the ground there in Green Bay that a deal doesn't get done? This feels inevitable. Is that how everybody's kind of viewing it?
I think people have a little PTSD from when Goody said in January he absolutely expected Aaron Jones to be back, and then he obviously wasn't. This is different. This is not a running back that the organization considered expendable. This is your franchise quarterback. There's no messing around with this. I mean, Jordan Love walked out to practice all smiles, shoulder by shoulder with Matt LaFleur. Goody said he thinks something's close. He said this was expected, that Jordan Love would kind of hold in. It's not really a holdout, it's a hold in. Jordan was still active at practice. He's doing everything else. There's really no worry. Goody said straight up he thinks they are close to a deal. So if it's in the next couple days or in a week or so, I wouldn't be surprised. If it drags out a couple weeks, then maybe there starts to be a little concern, but I don't expect that to happen.
When you talk about a little bit of concern, what is the level of concern? Is it like, oh, no, we got another quarterback situation with Green Bay that maybe we didn't need to have?
No, I don't think so. Talking to LaFleur and Goody this morning, Love didn't talk today. There seems to be really no concern. Goody said that he understands where Love's camp and David Mulugheta is coming from, and he said, we expected this to happen. So I don't think there's any concern really from either side.
Okay, so if they expected it, why didn't they get it? I mean, there's just those types of things you can obviously nitpick and kind of get into it all. But have you asked about Mulugheta's prolific abilities to get max contracts to Guti or LaFleur? Matt Schneidman will answer that in about 10 seconds as we go strictly digital and off of ESPN. We hope you had a fantastic Monday. Have a great night. Monday Night Raw live from Green Bay at 8 on USA. We'll see you tomorrow. Right on the screws. Right on the fucking screws on this Overreaction Monday to get to the digital. Thank you so much. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to win. I'm like F1 in there. But do you bring up who the agent is to Goody or to LaFleur about how that is certainly a driver of this whole thing? This guy is, if not the best agent in the NFL right now when it comes to maximizing value at every single position. Definitely the quarterback position as Deshaun Watson's agent.
Yeah, we didn't actually have to bring it up because Goody brought him up by full name himself. So Goody knows who he's dealing with. He kind of gave him his respects, said Russ Ball, who's the Packers executive VP, who kind of does all their cap stuff and their contracts, and David have kind of been doing this professionally for a while. So he's confident with where negotiations are going. He knows David is going to try and milk him for every last dollar, as he should. That's what he's really good at. So I see people saying, oh, Jordan Love has only played 8 good games. he should play another season. But people have to understand this contract is not just based on what Jordan Love has done. It's a projection of what he's going to do. And David Mulugheta is probably asking, I don't know this for certain, for Jordan Love to be the highest paid player in NFL history. If he sees Jared Goff getting 53, Trevor Lawrence getting 55, those are two great players. But if Jordan Love continues on his trajectory that he kind of started on midway through last season, this deal, if they pay him, let's say $56 million a year, could seem like a bargain in a couple of years with salaries continuing to go up.
Go ahead, AJ.
Schneidman, what about on the defensive side of the ball? I know they brought in Jeff Halfley to be the new defensive coordinator. What kind of changes can we expect to see from them? And also, are we going to see some young rookies getting some time early this year?
Yeah, around here, they don't really give rookies starter snaps in the offseason, but the starting safety alongside Xavier McKinney during the very first team rep today was Javon Bullard, their second-round safety from Georgia, who they took with the 58th overall pick. So he's probably going to start. It seems cliche, and you may think, why don't all defenses do this? But the common refrain around here when asked how Jeff Halfley's scheme is different from Joe Barry's is they say we're going to have a lot more TFLs and sacks and just be aggressive and attack-minded up front.
Hell yeah.
It seems that they think they were a little more passive on the defensive line under Joe Barry, and guys have really emphasized we're getting after it. We're not playing, tentative or laid back. We're going to be the enforcers up front. Is that going to translate to more sacks and TFLs? I don't know, but it seems they definitely have that mindset at this point of the offseason.
In professional sports, normally what you focus on is normally what the outcome is. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Schneid's obviously the Jordan Love situation notwithstanding. What's kind of the morale around everyone else? Does this feel like a team who kind of understands after last year what they did in the playoffs that there are pretty much Super Bowl expectations for this team, even though they're very, very young still?
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't call it Super Bowl or bust, but I think they definitely have their sights set on a Super Bowl. Goody wouldn't go as far to say that, but we were just talking to Jaden Reed in the locker room, a guy who really broke out as a rookie last year, and I kind of asked him, you guys expect to just hit the ground running? Because we all know they kind of used the second or the first half of last season to kind of figure things out, and he goes, we expect to pick up right where we left off in the playoffs. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this team kind of hit the ground running in Brazil week one. And yeah, everyone in there has their sights set on a Super Bowl. I think that they have every reason to based on what they accomplished last year.
Yeah, I hope, the Packers continue to go. But boy, day one, huh? What are we talking about?
I love it.
Not football stuff. Oh, we're part of the problem. We know that. We have been for this entire thing. But this Packers team seemingly figures it out. And Gutekunst gets it right. That is, long-term, I think, and I've said this 1,000 times, and I will continue to say it, we were wrong alongside a lot of people when Guti was thinking about the future. Now, if they draft somebody and win a Super Bowl that year, we'll never be able to tell that. But we're sitting in a situation right now with Jordan Love because of a decision that Guti had to make whenever the rest of the world wouldn't have made that decision. So I think I have faith in him. Seems like he has faith in Mulugheta. This deal will get done, but why didn't it? And then this deal will get done. Well, why Schefter hearing from both sides? It might go both ways. This deal will get done. There will be no drama, but it's just the way it is. I guess we just understand that this is just how football is, Schneidman.
Yeah, I was listening to the show earlier, and like you said, Pat, no deal is close, no deal is done until it's done. Because you never know what someone's going to ask for or whatnot. So right now there's no worry, but nothing's finished. He's not going to be on the field until the ink is dry on that paper.
Yeah, but in the meeting rooms is when it matters right now.
Bingo.
Right now, in the meeting rooms
He's
when it
there.
matters.
If he leaves, that would be a problem. That's when you could worry, I think. Jordan Love is there walking on the field with Matt LaFleur. If all of a sudden Jordan Love is like, things are really went south, then he takes off and he doesn't come to practice. I think that's when you could
Maybe
worry.
you should.
And I think we have seen that before, and that is a move that Mulugheta is a chess player. Mm-hmm. Not saying the Gutekunst isn't. He's proven close to selling on draft night. Nobody's going to see it. A couple years from now, we'll have to deal with it. But this, I hope this doesn't get louder than what it is.
Yeah.
Because everybody, I think myself included, Schneidman, all the local people, AJ, Ty, we all are like, it's going to get done, right?
Oh, yeah.
But boy.
What if?
Now it needs to get done.
The NFL,
Yeah.
the NFL is a wild, wild place.